The flickering of the lights gets Tyson's attention. It has been almost a year since his brother's disappearance from the security job site. A meeting has been set with other members who also lost family members that one fateful night. Tyson wonders if they've all been having the same nightmares too. A group of them are waiting when Tyson arrives that night for the meeting. There's been no talk of anything relevant to the disappearance of the security team. Tyson decides to tell them of his reoccurring nightmare, hoping that they too are having them. Tyson looks down at the ground and starts telling them about his nightmare. The sun has just set and there's just enough light that he can see the whole team just a few feet in front of him. He hears them talking about troubles that they've been having at the construction site. They don't think it's from the townspeople, but are unsure. He can see his brother James, who turns and looks him right in the eye and gets a cold chill because he can see the fear in his brother's eyes. A thick fog starts to roll in and he feels something at his feet. He looks down but doesn't see anything but fog. He then starts to hear moaning noises somewhere in the distance and quickly looks up, but then realizes he's all alone. He looks around and sees nothing but fog, and notices that it's now quiet, very quiet. He begins to hear his name being called in the distance and realizes that it's Jay's voice, so he starts to walk towards it. Right at that time, a putrid smell begins to waft into the air, and then all of a sudden, James is right in front of him, looking directly at him. James starts to whisper that he needs Tyson's help, that Tyson is the only one that can help, and he needs to come quickly. Tyson starts to hear the moaning sounds again and again, but this time it seems to be coming from all around him. The putrid smell is getting stronger, and it's harder for him to see James. Then it seems as if Jay has just disappeared into the fog. He sees something moving, struggling on the ground in front of him. Something that looks like a decaying arm. An arm with flesh that's just falling off the bone. That arm reaches up and grabs him and starts to pull him towards the ground. And he comes face to face with a decaying looking zombie. Tyson hears screaming. He hears screaming, and then he realizes that it's him screaming. At which time he wakes drenched in sweat from his dreams. Tyson looks up at everyone in the room and is quiet. And then he notices that everybody is trembling in fear. After arriving at the site, everyone begins to realize that the nightmares did intend to take them there to this place. Not exactly sure what they needed to do, suddenly a little boy appears from nowhere, which startles them. He tells them that his grandmother has been waiting for them. They don't have much time and that they need to come quickly. A little confused and scared, they decide to follow the little boy anyway. He takes them across the way to an old cemetery and points out an old lady who is standing in the middle of those tombstones, all of which have been falling down for centuries. She turns to them and tells them not to be afraid. Not afraid of her, because she's there to help them. This strange old woman says that she is there to help them break the curse. She knows about their nightmares and also about what really happened to their families. She explains about their families and says that they are not dead, but instead they have been taken into the darkness. by the undead. She says that with her help and the help of the townspeople, they will be able to bring their families back from the darkness. But they must be willing to become an army of darkness themselves to break the curse. The only way the curse can be broken is to find the Book of the Dead. There are evil forces that want the curse to become unstoppable and have therefore created an unkillable zombie force. But she will be able to help them to defeat those zombies. However, if they fail to break the curse, then the undead and the zombies will then become unstoppable. Everyone must do as they're instructed, even if at times it doesn't make sense. Do as you're told. Do as you're told. Do as you're told. Do as you're told.